going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy bastards by the bushel. Now on the bleeding, I mean to inflict the grief, and the least of me is still out of your reach. The killing machine's gonna do the deed until the river runs dry and my last breath leaves. Standing in the air with a head held high, I'll stand in the path of the enemy line. Feel no fear, know my pride. For God and country, I'll endure life. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are sealed and my pain is gone. I am a warrior and this is my song. All right, now you sons of bitches. You know how I feel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Warrior Song. You know, last couple of shows, I've been playing some songs that were recorded by my niece, Sonny, the recording of Sonny and Gabe. And I just got a couple of new songs from them, and I'm going to put one on. Haven't heard the song that I don't know, at least I don't remember what it sounds like. But this one is called Godzilla. So let's see what this is.
Before you say it, 'cause you can't do it all. It's like your heart's a message that I wanna take. Shake my boots, I've got no track, tell them I'm MIA. They don't know who we are. They just don't know. They don't know who we are. But the God I see. we are what the guidelines say.
All right. That was Godzilla by Sonny and Gabe. You know, while we were on the music break, Mark and I were talking and just saying, you know, this ISIS thing is extremely serious. I mean, we're arguing about it, we're yelling about it, and there really is no...
There's no solution in sight, really, because, you know, I was telling Felix, World War II was a conventional war. Korea was a Korea was a police action. That was a conventional war, whatever you want to call it.
It was a conventional police action.
Vietnam was very unconventional. It was fought in the jungles. You didn't know who the enemy was. And here, you know, we have, unfortunately, through mistakes of our own,
As I say, our stupidity.
By deposing Mubarak and Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein, we led the way for ISIS to come up and come into power because we believed when in Iraq they said they were going to have, you know, Sunni and Shia on, you know, working together to rule the country. And it just never happened. So, like Felix said, you know, the Baathists and the Sunnis who felt disenfranchised, you know, joined together to form this ISIS, and now they're wreaking havoc all through the Middle East, and they have their sights on Western Europe. You know, if they were more organized, if they had more aerial power, I could see them, you know, almost being like the Japanese kamikazes, you know, and I can see them flying into skyscrapers here the way the terrorists did in 2001.
Yeah, they're a scary bunch of people. I mean, they're fighting a medieval war, basically. This is the way they fought in, you know, medieval times, and that's what they're doing. And we're not. I don't think anybody was ready for this kind of a war. And
no, really, what did they do during the Crusades and in the Middle East? What did they do? They cut off the guy's head.
Yeah, same thing.
You know, that's what I'm saying. They cut off his head, and that's exactly what they're doing here.
And a lot of it is strategy. They don't do it. They do it for a reason. One is they want to scare
shock value. It's shock value.
Yeah, they want to scare their people they're fighting against, and it also brings in new recruits.
You know, the problem is if we put our own boots on the ground, and if our soldiers are captured, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to wind up beheading them.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't believe in a Geneva Convention. The Geneva Convention doesn't exist for them.
Oh. They're fighting a holy war. And that's the most dangerous kind of war. They believe, no matter how sick they are, they believe in what they're fighting in.
I think of either the third American who they beheaded was working there for humanitarian purposes. He used to be an Army Ranger, okay? He served his time honorably. He converted to Islam, and he went back to the area to try to do some good. And when ISIS beheaded him, they said it wasn't because of what he was doing now. It was for what he did when he was a soldier and a ranger fighting against, you know, the Afghans.
Yeah.
Okay?
Or whoever he was fighting.
You know, they have no respect for soldiers.
They have no respect for anybody. As I said, they're the most dangerous type because they have a cause. As sick as their cause is, they have a cause, and they're willing to die for their cause. And the Iraqis are not really that anxious to die for their cause, and neither are most of the people in the Middle East. And what's going to have to happen is there's going to have to be boots on the ground. And they're not going to be American boots only. Eventually, there'll be American boots on the ground. There are already. But there's going to have to be Egyptian troops, Jordanian. There is no more Libyan troops. There aren't that many countries left.
And
Lebanon can't do anything. They've got no
and the
no
European
firepower.
countries, namely Great Britain, Italy, France, they're not going to put boots on the ground until they see that there are American boots on the ground.
Yeah, and I'll tell you who's gonna be really afraid is the Turkish, because if they're gonna move up north, that's how they do it. If they want to go to Europe, they have to go through Turkey basically, because they're basically ground troops.
Right.
So that's the way you go.
Well, that's how the defectors have been coming to ISIS, through Turkey.
Yeah. Now, I was talking to a gentleman who's Turkish, and he said there's 700 miles of borders between Syria and Turkey. And he said there's no way they can stop people from going there. It's just impossible.
It sounds like the border between United States and Mexico.
But I think 700 is bigger than the border of Mexico and Texas. But basically,
it spans from California, around San Diego, California, around there, through Brownsville, Texas. So I mean, that's a lot of miles. A lot of waterfront property.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with the Turkey. In Turkey, is definitely not as well armed or as sophisticated of an army as we are. And he said, they'll put up a security booth here. They'll go there. They'll put a booth there. They'll go here. He says, there's no way they're going to stop him. He goes, anybody who wants to could just about walk across without any problem. Either way, they try. The main roads are blocked, but they're just stomped as to what to do.
Yeah, it's like you're traveling from one town in Long Island to another. You cross the street and you're in another town already. There's no border.
Or you go from Nassau County to Suffolk.
Or to New York.
There are no borders, and then basically there are. That's the way it is. I mean, there's a border on paper, and a lot of people. There are a lot of people covering the border, but not enough. And if you're determined, you're going to go there. And if